Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 132. And for this stream, I'm letting you guys, the audience, the viewers, I'm letting you all choose what songs you would like me to play. If you look in the description, you can find a list of original songs that I've written. Some of them I've released, some of them I have not released, but whichever of those songs you would like me to play, just let me know, let your voice be heard, and I will play that song just for you. So let's catch up with the chat. I might kick things off with an instrumental first. But we'll see who we've got here. We've got Jack. Jack, always appreciate you tuning in. I know you've got a few health things and coming out of a pretty tough season, but thankfully you made it through. And I just hope things are looking up for you. I hope the upcoming appointments that you have, I hope they go well. And rooting for you and always here for you, bud. And if there's a song I can play for you, let me know, and I'll be sure to do that. Steven, always appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're doing well. And Rebel Rocker, appreciate you tuning in. I don't know if you'd prefer me to call you by your username, Rebel Rocker, or if there's another name you'd prefer me to call you by, but I appreciate you tuning in. I was asking how your week had been, and Rebel replies, long, can't find any bands here. It's a dry. How are you? I've been doing well. Let me share you out, still at work, but listening. Well, hey, I appreciate you at least listening. If you'd like me to play a song for you, again, like I said, I don't know if you have time to peek at the description, but if you look in the description on YouTube, I've got a list of songs, and even if you're not super familiar with my catalog, you can just pick a title that sounds interesting, and I'll play that just for you. But I appreciate you sharing. That means a lot. And hey, it might be a long week, but we're getting to the end. You know, Fridays are coming. It's tomorrow, so just hang in there. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I hope I can play some music and kind of give you a boost. You know, give you a little bit of encouragement, give you some energy to hang in there for the rest of the week. And I'm kind of curious what you mean by can't find any bands. I don't know if you mean you're trying to look for live shows. I don't know if you're trying to participate in a band, looking for music. But I certainly hope you find what you're looking for. And in the meantime, if I can provide some music for you, if I can give a sort of a soundtrack for your search, then I'd be glad to do so. I do think I'm going to kick things off with an instrumental. But like I said, if any of you guys have a request, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube, a list of my songs. And even if you're not super familiar with my catalog of music, just pick a title that sounds kind of curious, and I'll play it for you, and we'll both find out if you like it or not. So, anyway, I'm going to play an instrumental right now, just to sort of kick things off. Here we go. Thank you. Again, that one's just a little instrumental to start things off. But for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And I'm letting you guys choose my set list for this evening, or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. but I'm letting you guys pick my set. You can find my songs in the description on YouTube, and even if you're not super familiar with my catalog, just pick a title that sounds kind of interesting, and I'll play it for you, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, Daniel, always appreciate you tuning in. Daniel says, stopping by to say hi, but I have to go have a graduation to attend. Is it for you or someone else? Have a good night. Play Let's Start Again for everyone while I'm gone. I don't know if you have time to stick around, but I'll try to hop into that in just a second here. We do have a few requests, and since Daniel's in such a hurry, I'm going to catch up with the chat. Guys, thank you for the kind words. Awesome. Thank you for the emojis. Appreciate that, Rebel Rocker. I don't know if Daniel can stick around, but I'm going to try to play Let's Start Again for him. And if he can't stick around, well, then I'll play it for all of you. But yeah, this is kind of Daniel's song, you know. So let me get set up for this one real quick. Let me think. I'm trying to remember. I think I just need the capo. Yeah, it's still drop tuning, so I just got a capo up too. All right. And I'm going to actually try the solo real quick, because I always forget how the solo goes. Okay, so. All right, we'll see how it goes, because the only time I ever practice that solo is never. The only time I play that solo is when Daniel requests this song for this stream segment. So, all right, here we go. This one's for you, Daniel. And if you're not here, well, this one is courtesy of Daniel for everyone else. This is Let's Start Again.
Back just one more time and see if you and I can make it right. I don't understand, why do we always have to fight? It's a cycle we go through, and you and I are too afraid to lose. It wouldn't be so hard if you would just tell me the truth. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend, and I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart, and I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. And do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. Let's start again. Let's take it back just one more time and try to figure out the reason why. Do you feel the same, or are you messing with my mind? I can never understand what's going on inside your head. You could run away, or you could talk to me instead. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend, and I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart, and I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. And do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't let's start again. Let's start again.
Whew. I thought I was going to mess up the solo. Like those first few, I kind of missed those first few notes. I was like, oh no, not again, but I think I recovered all right. So there you go. Daniel, I don't know if you got to stick around for that, but that one goes out to you, brother. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And I'm letting you guys pick my set for this stream. You, the audience, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube, and whatever song you'd like to hear, just let me know, and I will play it just for you. Let me catch up with the chat. I know there's been a little bit of chit-chat going on, and so let me catch up. Thank you guys for the emojis. Yeah, thank you. We'll pop back. Sounds great. Hey, Rebel, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, great tune. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the applause, Jack. Very much appreciated. All right, let me scroll back up here real quick. Just see where I was at. So Jack was saying, say that it's over seems pertinent for the dark season ending. Well, sure. Actually, yeah, that might be an appropriate song because it's certainly a song about, of course, it's me talking to a friend, but it is a song wanting a dark season to be over. You know, this person that I care about and what they're going through. And wanting to be there to help them, and they just won't let me through to help them. And so it's sort of a pleading to just, you know, say that it's over, you know, let's end this and fix things. And so, I think that could be appropriate. So I will play that for you in just a moment, Jack. Rebel says hiring live bands. That's cool. Do you, I don't know if you're still out there, Rebel. I know you said you'd slip out for a second. So I'll ask this, and if you're not there, I'll ask it again. But do you run a venue or something? Do you have some kind of place and you hire live bands to play? Because if so, that's really cool. Let's see here. And then Jack, you were asking how my week had been. It's actually been pretty good. I'm excited because a couple things. One, today I actually started the distribution process for my next release, which is the stripped-down version of my song, A Place to Call Home. So that's coming Monday, but if you are signed up for my email list, then you will get early access to that. You'll be notified before the release date of when the song is available, and you can check it out. So that's coming. I'm very excited about that, and I've already started, like this week, I've started the recording process for my next release, which is going to be the song Waiting. So I've already recorded the vocals. I still have to edit them, but I'm just glad I got them finished this week. I've started the guitars, and I was hoping to finish today, but I think I underestimated how much was still left to do. I got most of it done, but there's still a little bit that I have to do. I'll have to finish tomorrow. So I'm recording the guitars. Once those are done, then next week I will begin the actual production process of getting everything edited and mixed and all that stuff. So I'm definitely excited. I actually have a goal. I'll share it. I have a goal to get this song out as quickly as I can within 1 month. So I can't remember the exact date, but I know I'm only giving myself a month to work on this song, and I'm determined to get it done within that time. And so that's sort of a personal goal of mine, personal challenge. It's kind of for this song specifically. I can't promise that I can do every song in a month, but this one, I feel like there's no excuse. Since the song's already written, there's no excuse that I shouldn't be able to get it done in a month. When it comes to new songs, I'll need a little more time because I have to write the song, and that's the most important part, writing a good song to begin with. But since this song is already done, there's kind of no excuse. It should only take me a month to get it finished. So it's kind of an exercise for myself that I'm looking forward to putting myself to the test and seeing if I can do. So, Jack, give me a thumbs up or just let me know if you're still out there, and I will go ahead and play Say That It's Over for you. Just want to make sure you are out there for when I go into it. I'm going to go ahead and get my backing track set up. And I think I'm actually going to get a sip of water while I'm at it. So, excuse me while I put this mic down. This is your public service announcement, just a reminder to stay hydrated. Refreshing. All right, Jack gave me the thumbs up. All right, Jack, this one goes out to you. Just want to remind you, Jack, that I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship and your support. Always rooting for you, always praying for you, and I I don't know how much I can do just from across, you know, the internet, just across the stream, but hopefully, you know, hopefully just from spending some time together and having some conversation and playing a few songs, hopefully that's enough to lift your spirits and just help you feel better. So this one goes out to you, Jack. This one's called Say That It's Over.
Your smile so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. And I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Drift your eyes, just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on, and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. And I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside?
There you go, Jack. Again, that one was called Say That It's Over, and that was requested by Jack. That one goes out to you. I hope you enjoyed that. And I have released that song, so if any of you were hearing that song just for the first time and you enjoyed it, well, it is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. You can find it there, so I'll post a little link for you. There you go, and you can check it out later if you would like. We got a few more people tuning in. Hey, everyone, don't be shy. Say hello. Let me catch up. Let's see here. We got Stan. Hey, Stan. Stan says, what's up, everyone? Appreciate you tuning in, Stan. Hope you're doing well. If you got a request, let your request be made known, and I'll play a song just for you. We got Fab in the chat. Hey, Fab, hope you're doing well. Yep, that's right. Fab says, Stan the man. That he is. He is the man indeed. Fab, if you got a request, you can find my song list in the description, and whichever song of mine you'd like me to play for you, I will do that. And if you're not super familiar with my songs, just pick one that sounds interesting. Pick a title that sounds kind of interesting, and we'll find out if you like it or not. Let's see here. Jack says, I know Say That It's Over has a more meaningful origin, but the title is very germane, and I really like the song. It's great. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. And hey, there's certainly nothing wrong with... I think that's kind of the neat thing about songs sometimes, is that sometimes it can mean something different to someone else. Like, usually the artist has an intent behind the song, like what motivated it, what encouraged the lyrics, and why they wrote it. And if you know the origin of the song, if you know the story, then maybe it makes sense. Maybe you get it. But otherwise, it might just, like if you're not sure what the origin is, you might interpret the lyrics for something different. And there might be certain words or phrases that kind of stick out to you and kind of resonate with you, sort of connect with you. And I think that can be kind of a cool thing. You know, sometimes there can be a song and maybe it doesn't actually, you know, the meaning of the song doesn't actually have anything to do with a circumstance that you're going through or whatever you relate to, but it still fits, it still works, and it could still sort of bring some relief, some comfort, or some just that satisfaction of being able to connect with something. So Fab says, Rebel Rocker is new. I think so. I know Rebel Rocker has been on a few other streams, and I think they slipped out for a moment. They said they'd be planning to come back, or at least listening. And but yeah, definitely always appreciate, you know, new people tuning in. Which, by the way, you know, my biggest goal is growing this thing. So if you guys, you know, if you don't mind sharing the streams or sharing my music or inviting people to the streams, you know, that's always nice. So Stanley says, nice pick, man. I know I'm late. How's everything going? You're really not, well... No, yeah, you're really not that late. I mean, the stream starts at 6:30. It's only been 20 minutes, so better late than never, you know. So I just appreciate you tuning in. Fab says, I like the color scheme more this week. Not a fan of the French. Is that the case? Fab was critiquing the lights I had behind me, saying they reminded him of the French flag. And I suppose they did, you know. I always just kind of mix them up. I never really have, like... an intent behind them. Like right now I got purple and red with, again, that middle light is kind of blue. It's sort of a light blue. Sometimes I'll do purple and green, and usually Stan will comment that reminds him of the Joker, but that's never really my intent. I just kind of, you know, just try to mix and match different colors and just whatever kind of looks cool, that's what I roll with. So Fab says, just watching YouTube. Good. Let's see here. Well, I appreciate. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jack says, and Quincy, my friend, it's enough. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I can do a little something, and I appreciate that. And yep, Fab approves as well, saying nice request, Jack. Oh, okay. Fab says, I'm not familiar with Hard Goodbye, so that one's an instrumental, but I can play that for you if you'd like me to. That is on the list, so that might be why you're not familiar. It is a song that I've released. I think it was one I released a while back, and it is an instrumental. So, you know, so no singing in it or anything like that. But yeah, I can play that one for you in just a moment here. Jack says, a friend of mine is going through a stressful situation, and he asked me how to deal with sticky thoughts. I told him that when I have those thoughts, I try to help others. It makes me feel better. Yep, I think that's some good advice, definitely helping others. And I think we've sort of discussed this before, how sometimes the thing you're looking for in your life is something that you have to sort of give. Like, you can't always expect to get without giving first. And so a lot of times if you need, you know, if you feel lonely and you need someone in your life, it might just mean that you need to sort of step out of yourself and be there for somebody else, you know. If you feel like you're just wanting some happiness or some acknowledgement, you know, you might need to go bring some happiness to someone else. If you feel like you need some help, you know, you need to go help someone else. And so I think that's some pretty good advice. One other thing I would say is there's a constant battle in the mind. You know, you're constantly battling between thoughts, and some thoughts are destructive and hurtful, and then some thoughts are very uplifting and give you the drive and the motivation. And I think it's very important to, when you have emotional feelings to sort of combat that stuff with the truth. A lot of times our emotional thoughts can be very irrational. We're thinking things that in the moment feel good, feel right, but if we think long term and if we kind of sort of combat that and sort of use logic against those emotional thoughts, you can sort of tell yourself the truth and make the choice to believe that truth, and a lot of times that makes it a lot easier to overcome those thoughts. It's not always completely easy, but if you practice those habits of reminding yourself what you know to be true and what you know to counteract those things, what you know to be certain, then a lot of times that can kind of give you the motivation to hold on. So hopefully that's some helpful advice there. And yes, Fab, I do recall that you invited your date last week, and as far as I can tell, I think they enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you did. Hopefully your cyber date went pretty good. You'll have to let me know how that went. Stan says, like the hat. Yeah, thanks, man. Yep, this is my XTOL hat. For anyone who's not super familiar, XTOL is like one of my favorite like technical death metal bands, so definitely check them out. Philosophy is not your strong suit. I mean, that's, I guess, subjective. You know, if you don't like my philosophy, that's fine, but I can just share what's worked for me. And, you know, I've overcome a lot of heartache and struggle, and I just try my best to share what has helped me to help others. So, and again, I'm improvising on the spot, but Jack says, thanks, Stan and Fab, but Quincy's songs are so awesome that every pick is inevitably a win. Well, thank you, man. I'm glad that you feel like there is no bad pick. But Fab, I think I'm going to play Hard Goodbyes for you, and you'll have to let me know how that one goes. You'll have to let me know if you like this one. Let me get the backing track set up. Waiting. Where is it at? Hard Goodbyes. Yep, got it right here. And thanks for the backup, Jack, saying I respectfully disagree. You know, maybe I didn't quite nail it that time, but I know we've had some pretty good conversations before, and maybe I've done better in other times. But I will say this: what I won't give up on is continuing to try and continuing to improve. So, you know, if I ever fail in wording something very elegantly and articulate, then I'll just continue to strive and improve on that, because I think that's worthwhile. Helps me, helps others, and makes things better overall. So, all right, Fab, this one goes out to you. This is Hard Goodbyes. Hope you like it. Oh, yeah. Again, that one was called Hard Goodbyes. That was kind of requested by Fab. It's more so that he mentioned it. I don't know if you were actually requesting that one, but either way, Fab, that one was for you. I hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. And for anyone else just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And, oh, it looks like we might have a few other people tuning in. But for this evening's stream, I'm letting you guys choose the set. So you can find my song list in the description. That's just a list of original songs. And whichever song of mine you'd like me to play, just let me know. Just let your request be made known, and I'll play the song just for you. That one, that was an instrumental. That one was called Hard Goodbyes. And I actually have a link for that. That song is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So there we go. Thank you, Fab. Fab says excellent. Let's see here. Let me catch up with the chat. I don't know. I think, so Fab was saying, I like disagreeing. It suits me. I am gullible. I feel like if you know you're gullible, then, like, if you're aware that you're gullible, I'm not sure that you're actually gullible. Maybe you allow yourself to be, but my assessment from your personality is that you just like to, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but you like to scramble things up a little bit. You know, you're kind of playful with your personality and your comments and things like that. So I would say, you know, as far as disagreeing, I think disagreeing is only, you know, if disagreeing only makes sense if you don't agree with the thing you're disagreeing with. That's why you disagree. You know, if your default is, I don't care what you say, I'm automatically going to disagree with it, then I only see that harmful to yourself. You know, sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll be disagreeing with things that would not benefit you, but sometimes somebody might be telling you something that would be good for you, but because your default setting is, well, I'm not going to listen to that, then you're the one missing out on learning and bettering yourself. Now that's your choice to make, you know, but I would just say, as far as suiting you, I'm not sure that it suits anyone, so I think you can aspire for more than that. That's my opinion. Stanley says, I'm a truth guy myself. Yep, the truth is a very powerful thing. I shared a clip of this song. Am I copywriter? No, I don't think so. If you share a clip of it, I don't know. I appreciate you sharing my music, so I don't see anything wrong with that. Steven says, good stuff. Appreciate that. Stan asking if Moved On has been played yet. Not yet, but I can play that one just for you, Stan. Stir the pot. That might be a good word for it. Yeah, what I was looking for. Steven was asking if Guilty has been played. Have not played that one yet, so I'll do Move On for Stan, and I'll do Guilty for Steven. I never clip channel content. Yep, well, so if that's like a first time for you, then I guess that's a good thing. You know, I don't know. I guess if you mean you just took a clip of the content and posted it on your own channel, I guess if that's what you mean by clip channel content. But either way, you know, as long as you just give me credit, you know, I appreciate it. You know, because I'm trying to do that. You know, I'm trying to get my music out there, get a little more exposure for it. So thanks for sharing my music. Oh, I'm going to get a sip of water. This is your friendly reminder to stay hydrated. All right. And again, for anyone just tuning in, I'm letting you guys choose my set. I've got a couple songs here that I'm going to play. But if anyone else would like to make a request, you can find my song list in the description. And even if you're not super familiar with my catalog, just pick a title that sounds interesting, and I'll play it just for you. Yes, thank you, Fab. I appreciate that. I am sharing. I appreciate that. All right, Stan, I'm going to play Move On for you. Let me get the backing track set up. But this one will be for you. All right. I will say, this song, I guess, is a little relevant, for me at least, as of late. Because this is a song about looking back and kind of reminding yourself, like when you find yourself in low points and you feel like you haven't really made much progress or you're not really sure where you're going or what you're doing. Sometimes if you take time to look back like a few years and just kind of see like where you were compared to where you are now, you might be surprised. I don't know about you guys. I keep a journal. Does any of you guys keep a journal? Let me know if you keep a journal. But I journal just about every morning, and it's really helpful for just getting my thoughts out. And it's really nice because at the end of the year, I can go back and I'll read through my journal entries, and I'll go with a highlighter and highlight like lessons learned or like key moments that I want to remember. And it's just nice to be able to get my thoughts out and record them and think on them and contemplate them. And it's also nice to have a record of what my mindset was years ago and then being able to look back and compare it to where I am today. And so sometimes it's pretty crazy looking back, like even a year ago, it's amazing how much can change. But certainly when I look back at like journal entries from 3 years ago or 5 years ago, it's like I almost had a completely different mindset. It's like, wow, it's like I do not think that way now, or that certainly didn't work out. Like I definitely, you learn and you improve, but you don't really realize that improvement if you don't have some record of it. If you're always just looking forward and looking at the end result and just comparing yourself to how far you are away from that end result, but you don't take time every now and then to look back and just be like, well, wow, I really have made a lot of progress. That's kind of what this song is about. So this is a song about just kind of taking some time to reflect on what you have overcome and how far you have come, and let that encourage you to keep pressing on. So Stan, this one goes out to you. This is Move On.
Obsessed, you're kind to your progress. Oh. See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on, so move on. See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on, so move on. Taste and see this bitter memory. You once were so weak, but now you've been set free. Yeah! See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on, so move on. See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on, so move on. So move on. When you find yourself at the end of your road, you know it's not over. When you find yourself at the end of your rope, you know it's not over. You've been down this road more than once before, and it won't stop you this time. Say how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on. So move on. See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on.
All right, thank you. That one was called Move On, and that was requested by Stan. Stan, thank you for your request. Hope you enjoyed the song. And if anyone else enjoyed it, you're in luck because what do we got here? Because I've released that song. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you'd like to hear that song again, it is available on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Wherever you like to listen to music, you can find it there. So I just posted a link, so you're welcome to check it out again. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Hey, we got Lisa in the chat. Fantastic. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. If you'd like to make a request, you can find my songs in the description here on YouTube. And even if you're not super familiar with my catalog, just pick a title that sounds interesting, and I'll play it for you, and we'll both find out if you like it or not. I will say a few songs that I have played already. Let's see, what have I played? I just played a song called Move On. I'm about to play a song called Guilty. I played one called Say That It's Over. I played one called Hard Goodbyes. And I think that's it so far, which I don't mind playing those again. You know, if you really wanted to hear one, I can play it again for you. But just to let you know which songs I have already played. So let's see here. Some hellos happening in the chat. Stan says, let me get my speaker. Hopefully you got it in time. Oh, cool. Hey, Lisa said, wanted to say, hey, came to check out from Rebel Rocker. Well, thank you to Rebel for sharing. I really appreciate that. And Lisa, thank you for accepting the invite and coming to check it out. Hopefully you enjoyed the little bit of that song you heard. I don't know if you got to catch all of it or just a little bit of it. Yeah, if you've got a request, I'll play a song just for you. Fab says, I really like his different singing styles. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy that. I've definitely been working. Yeti jams on the guitar. Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been working on the vocals. You know, it's a constant effort, you know, to try and improve with what I can do with my voice. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Jack says, I have kept a journal. My sister encouraged me to do it, so that when I'm having a stretch of bad days, it can help remind me of the good days. And I do think that helps. I do think sometimes when again, kind of like what I was talking about, you know, when you're kind of going through a rough patch, being able to look back at some good memories or look back at some things and maybe try to learn from them and apply them to your current situation. Thank you, Stan. Says, super love this song. Appreciate that. Thank you for the applause, Jack. Fab says, Lisa, pick a song, please. Yeah, I think we'd be curious which song you'd be able to pick. Man, I needed that. Thanks. You can ask for Move On again. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I should play it back to back, but I'm glad you find that song encouraging, Stan. I'm glad you appreciate that one. Stan says, I know all 68 subscribers will watch this. My channel is huge. You know, just so you know, channel, how many subscribers you have doesn't actually matter all that much. The most important thing is engagement. And I kind of learned this the hard way, because you might look at my channel and notice that I haven't even checked, but I know I've got over 12,000 subscribers. And at first that sounds super impressive, but there's a few things. One, I think most of those subscribers came from old tutorial videos that I made. And that's the thing, like tutorials are such a great way to get views. But the problem was I didn't want to make tutorials, you know, like I did for a while, and then I realized like that's not what I wanted to do. And so Fab just checked for me. So it looks like I got 12.4 thousand subscribers. And yeah, I think most people subscribe for like some of the tutorials that I've made. How many people are actually like fans of my music? I don't know. It's probably a much smaller number. I've actually debated, like, I've decided not to, but I've wondered many times, like, should I just start over? Like, should I make a new channel and just tell the people who like my music, like, hey, I'm going to make a new channel, subscribe to that if you want to keep up with my music, you know, just to have like a fresh start and actually have some perspective of how many people on YouTube actually are interested in my music and what I'm doing. But I decided not to worry about it. And, thankfully, I do get new subscribers that are music fans. And so I don't know that it's evened out yet, but I just figure like one day it'll even out, and not really worried. So we'll see. Yeah, we shall see. What am I looking for here? Oh, yeah. Steven, let me know if you're still out there. You can irritate me sometimes. I wonder how. You'll have to let me know, what do I do that irritates you? And we'll have to assess if that's something I can work on to improve, or if that's something that you've got to work out yourself, But I certainly try to keep the peace as best I can. A tad bit whiny. What am I whiny about? I haven't whined about anything. Maybe that, I don't know if my voice sounds whiny, but I'll try to sound less whiny for you if that helps. But that wasn't a complaint, by the way. I was just stating the facts, like the number of subscribers. I was actually trying to say that to encourage you. If you have 68 subscribers who, just my voice, yeah. If you have 68 subscribers who love what you do, that's better than 12,000 subscribers who aren't interested in what you're doing. So as long as you've got engagement, that's the most important thing. My voice might be a little tired right now from singing and stuff, but I don't know. Or maybe it's just my voice. Maybe it's the way I talk into the mic. So sorry, in that case, it's like that might be just something, you might just have to get used to it. Steven, let me know if you're still out there. Just say hey or give me a thumbs up. And what am I looking for? I think you requested the song Guilty. So if you're still out there, I will play it for you. Let me see here. What am I looking for? Let me get the backing track set up. Let's see. Guilty is actually a very old song. Wrote this one like years ago. I think I released it back in like 2014 or something like that. Wow, 10 years ago. Yeah. But I don't even know that it's still available. There might be I don't know what you call it. There might be there might be a recording of it somewhere, like on YouTube or something. I had it on Bandcamp, but I don't think I still have it there. Stanley says that's a good one. Well, it's for Steven, but I don't know if Steven's still out there. If anyone else has a song request, if there's anyone who hasn't made a request yet, definitely let me know, and I can play something for you. In the meantime, just to let you guys kind of in on some stuff that's coming up, I'd be curious, Fab, is there anything coming up that you're excited about? Do you have any plans or events that you're looking forward to, or any goals that you're working towards? Stan, same question for you, anything coming up? I know Stan was talking about he's got his pool set up, and which is very exciting, and so hopefully you got the time to enjoy it. I hope that works out for you. For myself, a couple things. I've actually just started the distribution process for the stripped-down version of my song, A Place to Call Home. So that's going to be released on Monday. So keep an eye out for that. And then I've already started recording for my next song, Waiting. I've started recording this week, got the vocals done, started with guitar, not finished yet. I'm hoping to finish those up tomorrow. But and I'm actually very determined to get the song done within a month. Not sure how long that is. Let's see. Yeah, starting here. So I guess I'm aiming for a release date of like June 24, I think is what I'm aiming for. And it's just kind of a personal challenge of mine. The song's already written, so I don't think there's much excuse for me. Like, if I really focus, I think I can get it produced and finished within a month. That's not always going to be the case. Eventually, I'll get to a point where I'm out of pre-written songs and I got to start writing new songs. And I'm actually really trying to get to that point because I want to write new songs, and I've got a bunch of ideas that I want to get to. But, I got to release the stuff I've already written first, and then I can get to the new stuff. It's going to be bright. Okay, so full moon at your place. I think we had a full moon last night here because I didn't look out to actually see it, but I could just tell it was super bright outside. I remember this one time as a teenager going camping with my friends, and so, all right, I had a couple friends. I had a friend named Mark and a friend named Josh, and we went with Mark's, I think it was his stepdad, and we went to a camping site, and Mark was really into, like, survival stuff, like survival TV shows, Man vs. Wild, that kind of thing. And he thought it'd be fun if if we went camping and we tried to survive off the land, like we were going to fish for our food, or try to scavenge it, hunt for it. You know, we were gonna build our own tents and things like that. It was going to take a lot of work, you know, and so we were all up for the challenge. So we went to this place and started working on that. I'll just tell you, it did not work very well. We were not very successful in catching food, and what ended up happening was, instead of being like a survival challenge, it became more of who could survive the longest without giving in to the food that his stepdad had brought and all that stuff. And so what would happen is we'd come into the campfire, and my friend Josh, he'd give up. He didn't care. He was like, whatever, man, I'm hungry. You know, he'd grab some food. He was not competitive at all. And then what I would do is I would get Josh to get Mark to take a sip of his soda or take a bite of some food before I did, so that I could win. You know, I would grab like a can or something, but I wouldn't actually drink from it or eat it. I'd wait till Josh would hand it to him, and I'd be watching Mark. And then finally, you know, he'd just be sitting there not thinking much of it, and then he'd take a sip, and I'd be like, yes, you know, like, I won, you know, I was the last one to give in. And so, but the reason I bring up that story is because I remember we went to bed one night, and we were sleeping, and I was awakened. Somebody woke me up, and it was Mark, and he was like, he called out to me. He was like, Quincy. And I was like, what? Mark, what? He's like, Quincy, are you sniffing me? And I'm like, Mark, why would I get up to sniff you? You know, like, he's like, I think something's sniffing me. And he's like, there's nothing sniffing you, Mark. Just go to sleep. But when he woke me up, I then like looked outside and realized, like, wow, it is like super bright. I mean, like, you could see clearly. It was night, but you could totally go for a walk and you would not be stumbling in the darkness. You know, you could see super clearly. And I was almost tempted to get up and just like go exploring, but ended up going back to sleep. So yeah, that was a fun event. That was definitely, you know, didn't quite work out the way we planned, but it was it was a fun, eventful time. So, Steven, if you're still out there, let me know, and I'll play Guilty for you. But otherwise, if anyone else has a song that they'd like me to play, again, you can find my songs in the description of YouTube, and you can make a request, and I'll play it for you. If no one's got a suggestion or a request, then I might just pick something to play for you guys. What do we got here? Jack was saying, when I worked as an overnight telephone operator, full moons always sucked. People were crazy. That's kind of funny. Fab says, I love camping stories. Well, hopefully that was a satisfying camping story. So we'll see. All right. I might go ahead and just kind of pick like another instrumental to play here while we're waiting. And, you know, for those of you who have already made a request, I guess you're welcome to make another request. You know, I like to try to give everyone a chance, but if you've got a second song that you'd like to pick for me to play for you, just let me know, and I will do that. There is an instrumental. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if you guys have seen the video I made. I made a video a while back called Why I Grew My Hair Out. And this was the piece of music that I wrote for that video. So it's kind of funny. It's a pretty cool riff, but the only reason I wrote this piece of music was just to make a video. Basically, I used to be in a band back in like the early 2010s. And when I was in a band, I grew my hair out, like shoulder length. I wanted to grow my hair out so that when we played live shows, I could do the headbang whirlwind thing, you know? And that's the whole reason I grew it out. But by the time it was long enough to do that, the band had kind of fizzled out. Like, we never officially quit, but you could tell it just kind of ended. Like, we weren't meeting for practices. People were getting busy with other things, and it just kind of died, you know? And so I was like, man, grew up my hair for nothing. And so I decided, okay, well, I'll just make a music video instead. And so I was trying to like write like a riff and find like a rhythm that worked well to kind of, sort of swing your head around to. And that's kind of what motivated this riff. It is pretty cool. You know, maybe someday I kind of have some ideas to maybe turn it into a full song, but I don't know. Maybe for a different project. I don't know if I would do it for one of my songs, but maybe if I did more of like a technical metal project, I would pull this one out and make a complete song out of it. But anyway, this one's an instrumental. And you know what? Fun little sneak peek. So I do have a title for this song. Most of these instrumentals, I have like temporary titles. They're not like the actual title. This one is called Shadow of the Rathalos. And I'd be curious, before I tell you guys what that means or what that is, does anyone know what a Rathalos is? I'd be really curious if anyone out there knows what a Rathalos is, because it's a reference to something, Shadow of the Rathalos. But anyway, here we go. Actually, I'm a little... Oh, one second. All right, I'm a little nervous about the solo. I haven't played it in a while, so the solo could be rough. Thank you. All right, there we go. A little instrumental for you guys. But if anyone's got a request for a song that they'd like me to play, then let me know, and I'll play a song for you. Even those of you who have already made a request, feel free. Hey, we got Adam in the chat. Hey, Quincy, this is a great concept. Good to see you are doing original songs. It's okay to do covers, but you're showing you're an artist. Well, thank you. You know, the thing is, I do play with backing tracks, so I feel like for covers, I would have to make a backing track to play with it. I do an acoustic stream, and usually for that, I'll play covers because it's a little easier. I just have to learn the song, and it's just a guitar. Just an acoustic guitar and my voice. But for this, since I'm playing with a backing track, it's a little harder to do covers because that would take time just to make a backing track for that. I have kind of thought, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but maybe like some kind of, okay, this might sound funny, but, you know, some kind of like karaoke night thing or something. I'm not exactly sure how it would be, but yeah, where where I would have the opportunity to just play songs with a pre-recorded backing track and not have to play along or something like that. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna go about doing that. But Adam, if you've got a request, I don't know how familiar you are with my song list, but you can find it in the description, and you can pick whichever song of mine you'd like me to play for you. And even if you're not super familiar with my songs, just go ahead and pick a title that sounds interesting to you, intriguing, and I'll play it for you, and we'll both find out if you like it or not. Well, thanks. Yeah, Fab seemed to like that one. Yes, strong start. Wow, that's a hit. Strong. You know, more of that. Well, I'm glad you like that one. And yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video. That instrumental was sweet, dude. Well, thanks. I'm glad you liked it. And yeah, I had written that a while back. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see me. By the way, I think I look a lot better with shorter hair, but I did grow my hair out at one point. It was like shoulder length. And don't ruin it with your voice. Well, you know, I'll do what I want. So, but if again, like I said, I probably wouldn't use it unless I did like a technical metal project kind of thing. It's kind of that's sort of what inspired it. Back when I was doing the band stuff, like I still draw inspiration from that, but I do. What am I looking for? At that time, it was like intentional, like I was trying to write very progressive metal, very technical kind of stuff. And now I'm focusing more on just writing songs, and they might have technical elements, progressive elements, but that's not like the focus of the music that I'm doing it. So, but yeah, Stanley, Jack, if either of you have a request as well, Fab, if you've got another request, just let me know, and I'll play a song just for you. Adam, if you're still out there. And Steven had made a request, but he might have slipped away, so kind of waiting for him to tune back in, and he requested the song Guilty, so I was going to play that for him, but still waiting for him. Yeah, well, yeah, so Jack's saying, wow, Fab, a little mean tonight. I think he just, again, that's just kind of Fab's personality. He just kind of likes to stir the pot a little, as Stan was saying, so helps me exercise my patience. Fab says, reminded me of early Metallica. Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of like a Metallica riff kind of thing to it. Now, I will say the new song that I've got coming out, Waiting, again, that one's kind of interesting too. I think it still kind of works with my stuff, but that was kind of written originally for, with some kind of tech metal stuff in mind. And so that one's kind of got a cool time signature to it and some pretty technical stuff. But it's still got a lot of the emotion that I like to put behind my songs. So Jack was saying, how about A Place to Call Home? I think that's actually a good pick because as I was mentioning earlier, next week, as in Monday, I'm going to be releasing the stripped-down version of this song. So what I'll play now, this is the full band version, guitar, drums, bass, all that stuff. So this is the full band version, but next week I'm going to release a stripped-down version, just the voice, just the acoustic guitar, and so that'll be coming Monday. If you'd like early access to it, I'll actually post a link here. You might want to sign up for my email list. So I do have an email list here, and what it can do is if you sign up for that, what am I going to say? If you sign up for the email list, this allows me to notify you directly and let you know whenever I have a new song coming out, when the song releases. It also gives you early access. So if you're signed up for the email list, I can actually give you early access to this song, and then, yeah, you can check it out before anyone else does. So, Fab was replying, I am kind, but honest. Sorry if it hurts your feelings. Not. Yeah, that's good. Criticism is good for all people. Suck it up, Buttercup. Well, criticism's only helpful when it's beneficial, because sometimes there's, and maybe the better word is feedback rather than criticism. But it is something you have to deal with, and it's just you are who you want to be, and you get back what you put out and stuff. So you're certainly welcome to express those thoughts and opinions. Adam says, like that song, Move On, how do you deal with the chord changes and singing timing? So sometimes it actually takes a little bit of practice. I'll give you a little demonstration real quick. So sometimes it's actually, I don't know, it's been a while since, I got some new songs on the way, but I'm trying to get my old songs released first before I start writing a whole lot of new ones. But a song like that, sometimes you just got to slow it down and just practice like one line at a time. So, taste. Or what's the first line? That's the second, the second lyric, taste and see. Taste and see. And sometimes you got to practice that. And see. And see. You just loop it over and over again. And see until you get that coordination, and you can do it without having so much thought. And you pretty much do that line by line. Now, thankfully, once you get a whole verse down, then usually the next verse is a lot easier because it usually has the same rhythm. Same thing, once you get the chorus down, that goes for all the other parts of the chorus. And sometimes once you get a few key parts, it's not like you have to do that for every single line. You just have to do it for a few key lines. And then there are other lines that follow the same rhythm. And so once you've got the feel for it, it's a lot easier to do those other lines. But sometimes you do have to practice. It just depends on the songs. Some songs are a little bit easier to sing along with, and then some, there is a lot of coordination, and you have to take that time to just practice one line at a time and kind of looping that line over and over again slowly with the guitar. And and sort of finding where the words sync up and where they don't. And yeah, it can be a bit of an intricate process, but once you do it, it certainly helps. So hopefully that helps you out, Adam. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to do, what's it called? A Place to Call Home. Where's it called? So here we go. This is A Place to Call Home. This is the original version, but the stripped down version will be coming out on Monday. Jack, this one goes out to you. Here we go.
Prison inside of me, concealing what I believe. Potential is obvious, but I'm too scared to set it free. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me place to call home, someplace where I not feel alone. I'm promised a destiny, but I won't trust what I cannot see. Some mother will tuck me in to this coffin and bury me. Break down the walls, show me your heart. This is the place where I fall apart. You told me a place to call home, someplace where I not feel alone. You showed me I'd never know. You told me a place to call home. To call home, someplace where I not feel alone. You show me love like I'd never known. You told me a place to call home.
There we go. That one goes out to you, Jack. Again, that one's called A Place to Call Home. And as of right now, I do have, let's see here. I've got the original version of that song. It is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I'll post a link for that. But coming this Monday will be the stripped down version of that song that I just played. So the acoustic version, have you. So there we go. Yeah, thank you guys for the kind words. Let's see here. Yep, Jack says already signed up for the email list. Well, I appreciate that. Fab was saying brothers to the end, so I will, yeah, I can do that one for you. Males always bump heads or chests. We need the determined standing. Fist bump, virtual fist bump. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate, yeah. Let's see, another great song. Well, thank you. So apparently Fab is more than one person, looks like. So my middle name is Sybil. It's kind of cool. Acoustic is my jam. Well, awesome. Well, I've got a couple, let me think. This might actually be the second stripped-down version that I've released. There's an acoustic version of my song Love's Not Fair, but I think this is the second actual acoustic song that I'm releasing. But I'm planning to do more. I'm kind of going to alternate between releasing the full band version and then the acoustic version. So, all right, what are we looking for here? I think we're going to do Brothers to the End. So this is my most recent release, which is actually not long ago. It's like just a few weeks, maybe a month now. I don't know, time goes by pretty fast. But this is my most recent release. And again, this is kind of an older song, but I still wanted to release it because, one, I just wanted wow, I combined two words there. I was going to say production and practice. I wanted some practice for my production. I think, you know, both of these old songs, Brothers to the End and Waiting, they're songs that I've had for a while, and I don't necessarily know that they represent where I'm currently at as a songwriter and as an artist, but I still like them as songs, and, you know, I'm still building up an audience, so I figure, like, I might as well use them for practice, even not just production practice, but like scheduling practice, like building a system and just building some consistency with getting songs out quicker. And so if I got a song that's already done, I might as well produce it. So that was kind of the thought behind these. And yeah, this one I just released fairly recently. And so if you haven't heard it, you can find it on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So Fab, this one goes out to you. This is Brothers to the End.
We're unbreakable, bonded by our passion, undeniable, brothers till the very end. Just a bunch of outcasts, only meant for slaughter. But we will overcome this if we can band together. Look into my eyes, grab a hold of my hand. Remember who we are, brothers till the very end. Who we are. Remember who we are. Never thought I'd be alone. Always thought I'd have a home. One by one you fell away. Colors stand from day out while it's fading. And now it's just me. And now it's just me. Distance. Fragments. Shattered pieces.
Like yeah. Again, that was Brothers to the End. Fab, that one goes out to you. And that was my latest release, so if you enjoyed the song, it is available on Spotify and such. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. I think we still got a little bit of time to hang out, so I can definitely do a few more songs. Do think I'm going to get hydrated, though, so this is your friendly reminder to get yourself some water. Take a little sip. Get hydrated. Feel good. Here's a link for Brothers to the End, so if you enjoyed that song, you can check it out. And yeah, anyone just tuning in, you can find my songs in the description. And whichever song of mine you'd like to hear, just make a request, and I'll play it just for you. Fab says, thank you, Quincy. My pleasure, brother. All right. Catching up with the chat. What movie is, all right, so Fab says, Cool Beans. Man, what movie is that from? The Cool Beans, cool Beans, cool Beans. Is that Hot Rod? Is that what it is? I think that's what it's from. Quincy says, brother, love you. I think he has been HAO. Not sure what HAO is, though. I know this song. I like it. Well, I'm glad you like it. Yes, love the new intro. Thank you. What happened? Sunflare? I'm not sure. Haywire on my side. Back to live minus the 5-second delay. Oh, maybe. Oh, something went a little weird. Okay. Thank you for the applause and emojis, Jack. Appreciate that. I am a fan. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Fab. Again, anyone out there, if there is a song you'd like to request, you can find them in the description, and I'll play that song just for you. Now, I'm curious, anyone, I know summer is kind of coming, and, yeah, Jack was saying, is it from Napoleon Dynamite? I think it's from the same people who maybe made Napoleon Dynamite, but I'm pretty sure it's not from Napoleon Dynamite. It's a very similar kind of movie, I'm pretty sure. I watched Napoleon Dynamite, a few months ago, like so fairly recently, and I'm pretty sure the Cool Beans thing isn't in it. They're like talking, and they're like, "So, cool beans? Yeah, cool beans." And then like it just goes into this random cool beans, cool beans, like this just like remix short little music video kind of thing. But I think it was Hot Rod. In fact, you know what? I'll try to solve the mystery real quick. So I'm just gonna do a quick. That's what YouTube's good for, and Google. I'm going to do a quick little search, if it'll load. Man, kind of surprised. I thought it'd be a little faster than this. Hot Rod. Yeah, if you type in Hot Rod, letter C, the first thing that comes up is Cool Beans. And, yeah, I'm seeing movie clips for it. So, yeah, so treat yourselves to that. Later when you get a chance. So, I'm kind of curious, like, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. It's funny how your sense of humor kind of changes. Hey, Gary, appreciate you tuning in. You rock, Quincy, between work and school functions with the kiddos. Well, hey, I hope that's going well for you. If there's a song I can play for you, let me know. I've got my list of songs in the description. I don't know if you can check that or if you're actually traveling right now. But any song of mine, or if that you'd like to hear, just make a request and I'll play it for you. If you're not super familiar with my songs, then you can just look at the list and pick a title that sounds interesting, and I'll play it for you, and we'll find out if you like it or not. or again, if you're unable to look, I can pick a song, for you. Again, I don't know if you were saying between work and school functions with the kiddo, so I don't know if you're like traveling right now. I just want you to be safe. So, let's see here. Adam was saying, thanks for the advice, Quincy. I've also been recording quite a few originals, just a few songs difficult singing at the time. Yeah, it can take a little practice sometimes, but just try it out. And just do it regularly, and it gets easier. It gets easier as you do it. So I do hope that helps. But just slow it down. Focus on one line at a time. Sometimes just a few words at a time, not even the full line. And just kind of loop it over. Try to stay on time as you're doing it, and just loop a section over and over. And eventually, you kind of build that coordination, and you're able to piece it together. So yeah, I hope that helps. And hey, let me know, when you get that stuff recorded and released, and I'll definitely check it out. Certainly be curious about that. So, let's see here. Catching up. Oh yeah, I was saying we were talking about the Cool Beans scene from Hot Rod, and I was just saying it's interesting how your sense of humor kind of changes. Like when I was a teenager, I don't know, like dumb humor was fun. Just anything that was like over the top and kind of silly, like random humor, that really got to me. So again, that Cool Beans scene would have been hilarious to me as a teenager. I haven't seen it since then, so I don't know if I would still find it amusing or if I'd just be kind of like, like if I'd be a little unimpressed. Like I have a sad sort of, I guess, revelation to reveal. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I had a sad realization, like when I was younger, I loved Anchorman as a movie. I thought Anchorman was like 10 out of 10 hilarious. And I watched it fairly recently, and it's just a little, I could see why I enjoyed it as a teenager, but now being older, it's a little too silly for me. There's like a few funny moments. I still like the, what do you call it? I like the Anchorman fight, like when they get in the like the battle royale with all the other news branches and stuff. Like that scene is still funny. So I like some of that kind of humor, but it can be very hit and miss. And I think it just depends on like how clever or how well executed it is. Sometimes it can try too hard to be kind of silly, and like the joke just isn't hitting. I don't know. It's interesting, but. Adam was saying, actually thinking of advertising for a guitarist locally to lay some tracks. That'd be kind of cool. I hope that works out for you. And Fab, no, I do not have any chocolate as of right now. So, yeah, not going to be able to treat myself to any chocolate. But if you got some, treat yourself. We need to determine your sugar content. I think I'm all right on my sugar levels. Hey, Lady C, hope you're doing well. Lady C, I'm doing song requests, so if there's one you'd like to hear, let me know. So far, I think I just did Brothers to the End, and I did A Place to Call Home a while back. But just so you know, this Monday, I'm releasing my stripped-down version of A Place to Call Home, so that'll be coming out soon. So I hope you enjoy that. I did Move On earlier. I've done Say That It's Over. I did Hard Goodbyes. I think those are the only ones I've done. But if there is a song, and I don't mind replaying any of those. If there's one you wanted to hear, I can play it for you. But let me know. And yeah, I think I saw. I wasn't able to tune in, but I think I saw that Lady C had a stream. And if you guys want to be serenaded by the voice of an angel, then be sure to tune in to Lady C's streams. She can sing quite well, and I think. I only just recently subscribed, so I'm not sure how long you've been streaming if you're relatively new to it. But as far as I can tell, you've been doing a great job with it. And so, yeah, sounds like you had a good stream the other night. Glad it went well. Did you do Love's Not Fair? Haven't done that one yet, but I can do that one just for you. So let me get my backing track set up, and I will dive right into that. And I got to make one little tweak here. Actually, got to do a couple things. And I might actually need to check the tuning on my guitar, because to be honest, some of the harmonies on Brothers to the End didn't quite sound in tune. I did put new strings on recently, and I think they're kind of weird, because new strings, I think they mostly stay in tune well, but I think if you bend them at all, they go out of tune pretty quickly. Because it's this fine line between, like, you're still breaking them in a little bit. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to check my tuning real quick, so forgive me, but Tuning's a lot of fun. It's like the best part of every show is watching the musician tune their instrument. Oh, by the way, I forgot that I asked this, but earlier I had played an instrumental, and I told you guys that the title of it was called Shadow of the Rathalos. And nobody answered what a Rathalos was. And what that is, it's a dragon from a video game, so isn't that fun? I don't know if any of you have played Monster Hunter, but it's like a game where you go out and you hunt like big dinosaurs and dragons and that kind of thing, and every time you defeat one, you can make armor from it and weapons out of it, and so you can upgrade your armor and weapons. And the Rathalos was like a big dragon in those games, and so Shadow of the Rathalos was the name of that, but pretty fun game. Okay. There we go. Should be good to go. All right, Lady C. This one goes out to you. This is Love's Not Fair.
Staring at my own reflection through shattered bits of glass, showing me the perfect picture of who I really am. But when you look at me, you never turn away. Kneeling next to me and picking up the pieces. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. I am such a useless failure, falling to the ground. Every effort that I muster is never good enough. But when you look at me, standing next to me and holding out your hand, why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. So stop beating up myself. You took the punishment yourself. And it's just foolish pride to think that I could ever hurt myself enough to cover what I've done. I could cut myself dry and it still would never be enough. Makes no sense at all. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. But love isn't fair. In spite of all I am, you chose to die for me, and that isn't fair. But love's not fair.
All right, there you go. That one's called Love's Not Fair. Hope you enjoyed it. That one was requested by Lady C. Thank you for your request. And if anyone enjoyed that song, I have released 2 versions of it. You can hear a version just like that one that's available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I'll post a link for that. And I actually have a stripped down version of that song as well. It's just acoustic guitar, just the acoustic guitar and just the voice. So if you'd like to hear an acoustic version of that one, there's a link for that as well. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's catch up with the chat, but for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And I'm letting you guys choose my set. So you can find my songs in the description. And any song of mine that you'd like me to play for you, let me know, and I'll pull it out. If you're not super familiar with my catalog, no worries. Just pick a title that sounds interesting. I'll play it for you, and we'll find out if you like it or not. So let me see. Catching back up here. Let's see here. Yep, my pleasure. Yep, Lady C was saying all thanks. I was just giving a little shout out to her stream. That was my 7th stream. Okay, so you've been at it for a while, but sounds like you're already doing a great job with it. It's kind of the equivalent of watching me do my straw exercises. So, which actually, you know, Lady C, while you're here, I think it's either next week or 2 weeks from now. I can't remember. I think it's next week. I'm kind of trying a new stream segment. I did it a while back when I released Brothers to the End. I did it's sort of a share my process segment. And so since I just released a song, I brought it in, and I brought in the project so you guys could see it and showed you some of the things I worked on with the bass tone and improvements I made to the drums and the guitar tones, and kind of like sort of a deep dive into the track, and just shared some of the things that I learned and how I went about getting the results that I did. But it's not just going to be for song production. It's going to be for everything. I thought I would do it I know Daniel had mentioned some interest in like some guitar breakdown stuff, like, what's my setup like? How do I get my tone? What kind of guitar pick or strings and all that stuff, talking about guitars. But I was actually thinking of doing one for singing. So I'd be curious. I might have to chat with you later about that. But one, is that something you would like to see? I was thinking I would share my vocal warm-ups with you all and show you how I practice for singing, rock and metal vocals. So singing, but also doing like adding grit to the voice and the harsh vocals and screams, and just everything about singing. Any questions you have, anything you'd be interested in seeing, I can kind of share it with you. And thought it'd be sort of fun to have a discussion and share a few warm-ups with you guys and some advice for anyone out there who might be interested in learning how to sing. What might be some advice to help you in approaching that and getting better results out of your singing voice. So I think I might be doing something like that for next week's stream. Let's see here. Jack's got to head out. Jack was saying, but great stream tonight, and I hope you all have a great weekend. I don't know if you're still out there, Jack, or if you've already left, but I always appreciate you tuning in, always praying for you, always rooting for you, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, brother. Take care. Adam was saying, Quincy, how do you get your drum backing tracks for your songs? So I make everything. So I produce my own music. I program the drums, which that's how I do it. Maybe you're just wondering, how do you get drums in general? So I program them. And hey, if you're asking that question, like I was saying, I'm planning on doing a segment kind of sharing my process. So maybe I can do that next week, but maybe I can talk a little bit about drum production or something and like how to start programming drums. Are you familiar with using software drums? Have you ever messed with anything like that before? Because basically, I just do it in my recording software. There's a software that allows you. It's got a grid, and you just choose which part of the kit you want to play in the grid. So if you got like every 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, you could have the kick drum, boom, 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 and then in between that you can have the snare drum, boom, pop, boom, pop, or something like that, and then you can have a hi-hat on every beat. And basically, you put that in, you dial that in, and that's your drum beat. And then you can tweak it, you can make fills and all that stuff. And there's certain ways to process it to get it sounding, better or more realistic. And you technically don't have to know how to play drums to be able to program them, but that probably does help. I do play drums, and so it's kind of like playing drums, but it just takes a lot longer. You're just kind of picking like what you would play for that. And then, I program the drums. I've actually been programming bass lately just because it saves a lot of time, and I'm pretty pleased with the tone I'm getting out of it. But I still record guitar, still record vocals. That's actually what I've been doing this week. I've been recording guitar and vocals for the next song that I'm planning to release, which is called Waiting. But that one I'm planning to release, I think, on the 24th of June. I'm aiming to do it within a month, so yeah. Gary was saying, I hit the like, I have shared the stream, but I have to rendezvous with my kids. Well, hey, it's important to spend time with your kids. I just appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you liking and sharing. And Gary, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have fun with your kids. You take care. Yep, I agree with Lady C. Important rendezvous. Yep, kids, family's important, so absolutely. Let's see here. Stanley saying, Quincy, voice is super strong as well as heart. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Really excellent performance of that, Quincy. Thank you, Lady C. Appreciate that. Play anything heavy metal. Well, I'll see if I can find a heavy track for you, Adam. I'll look for something in just a moment here. Got to go eat, brother. Keep rocking, man. Well, appreciate that, Stan. Always appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Lady C was saying, sounds like a good idea to talk about everything involved in your process. Yes, vocals included. Cool. Adam was saying, I use a Boss BR80. It has a similar setup. Not sure it sounds as good as yours. Good info. Thanks. Well, yeah, I'll have to chat with you more about that and see if I can. I'll do a little research. I'll have to look that up. I'm going to type that down. Boss BR80, because I'm not totally sure what that is. I don't know if that's just computer software or is that some kind of like pedal that you plug into and it's got like drum loops on it or something like that. Because like I said, any song I write, the drum loops I make are, well, they're not really loops. Like they're custom made. They're beats that I've written specifically for the song. So it's not like I just find a drum beat and I'm like, oh, I'll use that. I'm choosing the snare pattern and the kick pattern and getting it to match up with whatever the guitar riff is and all that stuff. So it's all written. But maybe I can break that down for you. What kind of when you're recording, what kind of recording software do you use? I use Logic Pro. I actually have the old version of Logic Pro. It's Logic Pro 9, and they have Logic Pro 10 now, and I think that's the default. Kind of stinks because I bought Logic Pro 9 just before they released Logic Pro 10, and I think Logic Pro 10 had some upgrades to it, so I couldn't upgrade to Logic Pro 10. I had to buy it. And I just spent $200, on Logic Pro 9. So I didn't want to do that. And, but I think now it's all just updates. Like I don't think I think they've updated it since then, but you get the updates for free if you've already bought the software. So I'm actually using an older version of Logic Pro, but it's worked well and I'm going to keep using it. I already have like templates and stuff made, so I don't really want to, someday I'll have to buy a new software, but right now I'm getting some longevity out of this one. But that's what I use, so I'm curious what you use for recording your stuff. Lady C was saying, I would start talking about whatever part of the song is usually at the beginning of the process. So if the drum is the beginning, start there. Yeah, that would be good. I would say the beginning is, most song ideas come from the guitar, actually. But I do use the drums at some point. Usually it'll be the guitar that'll come up with the idea, and then I'll kind of hear how the guitar sounds with the drums, so I'll sort of make like a little demo drum beat and play it with the guitar. And once I hear that together, that sort of confirms like, oh yeah, I can hear what this could be. I like this. I'm going to go through with making this a song. That's usually how it goes. And I've actually I'm kind of changing my songwriting approach a little bit these days. I used to write all the music first and then write the words, but now I'm starting to focus more on choruses. I think of the chorus as kind of like a mini song, and I'm trying to write like really good choruses. And if I get the words for the chorus, what's really helpful with that is it gives you the theme for the whole song, so it's a lot easier to write your verses if you know what the chorus is, if you know what you're singing about, if you know what the meaning behind your song is. So I would say now I probably try to come up with like a song idea, like what I want to sing about, and then I look at what ideas I have like on guitar that kind of match the tone or the theme of that idea, and I see if they fit, and if I can make a melody sort of fit with those words that I have in mind, then I'd probably start going to the drums and building off of that. Adam was saying, definitely keen to watch vocal warm-ups, etc. Yeah, so I think I'm going to dig into that next time. Boss Micro BR80, a small multi-track recorder, handy, little affordable tool. As for software, I'm using Studio One 6. Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. I'm kind of typing some of this stuff out. So Studio One 6 and Boss Micro BR. Okay. Yeah, let me add that in there as well. So again, I don't know if next week if I'll be able to talk about both things. If I can, I'll try to. I want it to be cohesive. Again, it's kind of a new segment for me, so it's going to still take me a little while to figure out how to go about doing it. But I do think next week we are going to talk about like vocal warm-ups and singing technique, and I'll share some of the like some other YouTube channels that have really helped me. Because I've had to work very hard just to sing as good as I can sing. I was not born with like a naturally good voice. Sometimes I could sound okay, but I had no consistency. And it wasn't until I really started putting in vocal practice and learning some proper techniques that I started getting some consistency with my voice and could sing a bit better. And to be honest, I think, like if I'm being honest, I don't think my voice is good enough where... Like, I don't think I would ever win, like, American Idol or The Voice or anything like that. I don't think I have that kind of voice. But I'm just glad that my voice is good enough where it doesn't distract from the song. Like, people can still hear the music, and they're just like, oh, that's the singer, you know. They're not thinking like, man, the vocals are kind of weak, you know. It's just, they're good enough, you know. So that's good enough for me. And sometimes I think I kind of cheat. Like, I try to use a lot of textures and techniques, and it's almost to my benefit, you know, doing all these other techniques like adding grit and doing the harsh vocals, the screaming and the growling, kind of makes me at least a more interesting vocalist rather than just having to depend on my pure, you know, clean vocal tone. So, but I'm definitely grateful for it because, and would encourage anyone, you know, anyone who has interest in singing, definitely put in the practice because you can get better and you can learn to improve your voice. And it's just, I don't know, it makes you grateful because I was recording vocals this week for a new song that I'm going to be releasing, working on a new song. Well, working on an old song, but it's going to be a new release. And I was just thinking, like, how fun it was recording vocals. I recorded vocals on Monday and Tuesday, and it used to be such a dreadful process. I used to hate it because I was like, I hope today's a good singing day. And now it's like I have enough consistency with my voice where I can get in there, and I know I can get something good enough. Like, I don't have to wait for, like, a good day and, like, okay, my voice sounds good today. Today's the day to record. It's like, no, I have enough consistency where whatever day I have available, I can make it work and get something good out of it and actually enjoy the process. So I'll be sure to share some of that. Consistency is a lovely thing. Yeah, that is true. Like, it's really nice. It's really tough when you're trying to do something and some days you got it and some days you don't. So consistency is like the most important thing, and that goes for so many things. I'm a fan of skateboarding as well, and that's probably the number one thing I try to work on is consistency, because it's very frustrating when you feel like you got a trick, and then the next day you try it, and it's just not happening. So, there are several areas where consistency is super helpful. Now I'm trying to see. I think Adam, you just wanted something heavy. I think I saw you request that. So let me see if I can find. I think I saw that from you, or was that from Gary earlier? Give me a second here. I don't think we have any other requests. I'm scrolling back through the chat, just trying to see if anyone else had made a request and I missed it, you know. Yeah, Adam was saying play anything heavy. Let me see if I can find a heavy track for you. This might be the last one. If anyone else, I do think we are going to be wrapping things up soon. So if anyone else has a request, please let it be made known, and I'll play it for you. But let me see if I can find like a good heavy one for you. I might do Waiting. I don't know if that's the heaviest one I got. Place to call home. Maybe Get Up Again would be a good one. So I'm kind of going through my tracks right now, trying to find one that might be good for you. Like I got a few that you'd probably like. Let's go with Get Up Again. This is kind of an older song, but I think you might like this one if you're wanting something a little heavy. Let's see here. Lady C says, I've been hoping for consistency in my singing for years, but it's taken a lot of time before my voice has decided to be more consistent. Well, I definitely admire your perseverance in working towards that and sticking it out. I know you've had a lot of vocal challenges, and it's pretty amazing what you've been able to accomplish in spite of those limitations. And so definitely keep working towards it, and I'm hopeful for you that you'll get that consistency. As far as I can tell, I mean, I think performance-wise, I don't think I've ever heard a bad performance from you. So maybe to yourself, maybe there's some days where you feel better than others and you feel like you perform better than others. But I actually heard a vocal coach once say that when you train for vocals, you are training so that even when you're not at your best, when you're only like at 70%, your 70% is still better than most people's 100%. Like that's what you train for, which kind of makes sense. So it would be nice to sing that good. So even on your supposed off days where you're like, man, I was not singing good, hopefully most people will still hear that and be like, man, you're such a great singer. And they don't realize that that wasn't even the best you could do. I don't know if I'm there, but I think that's definitely a good thing to strive for. And in theory, I would like to be there. Yeah, that was me saying Adam. Play as many songs as you feel like. I'm loving it watching the stream. Well, thanks, man. I'll do at least one, maybe two more. And again, if anyone has like a specific song, I'll play that for them. But I do think I'm probably going to wrap it up soon. But let's give this one a shot. This is a song that I released, kind of an older one. Whoa, yeesh. Didn't mean to drop that. Okay. This one's called Get Up Again. And this one is available on Spotify and such. Let me make sure actually, I got to tweak a few things real quick. 1 second. All right, let me get my tuning back. All right, cool. Hope you like this one. Adam, this one goes out to you. This is Get Up Again.
Down on the floor, you've been here many times before. You can't ignore the time in hand is running short. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. rushing through this marathon. Give all you've got. There's not much further left to crawl. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Stand your ground. Get up again. Not again. Oh.
Thank you. Again, that one was called Get Up Again. Adam, hope you liked it. And if you did, I actually have released that song, so it is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So let me find a link real quick, and I'll post that in the chat. Here it is. Here we go. Yeah, here's a link for that song. Here we go. Hey, we got Jovi in the chat. Jovi, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the emojis and the fire and all that stuff. Thanks, guys. Let me catch up with the chat here. Thanks for the thumbs up, Jovi. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if there's a song you'd like me to play for you. I do think I'm going to wrap it up soon, but you can find my songs in the description, and if there's one you'd like me to play for you, let me know, and I'll play it just for you. If you're not like super familiar with all my songs just yet, no worries. You can pick a title that just sounds kind of intriguing to you, and I'll play the song, and we'll find out if you like it or not. Let's see here. Yep, thank you for the fire, everyone. And the applause. Yep, appreciate that. But yeah, might have time for like maybe one more song, and then I think we're going to put a wrap on this. But I hope you're all doing well. Just a few little things to keep in mind, some things that are in store. So this Monday, I'm actually releasing the acoustic version of my song, A Place to Call Home. So it's a stripped-down version, just acoustic guitar, just the voice. That's something that you're going to see more often. I'm going to be releasing, I'm going to continue doing full versions, full tracks, but I'm also going to have these acoustic versions of my songs that will be available as well. So that's coming Monday. Keep an eye out for that. And then I've already started production on my next song. It's a song called Waiting. And it's kind of an older song, but I haven't released it yet, so I recorded the vocals earlier this week. I'm finishing up recording the guitars, and I'll be working on that. I kind of have a personal goal for myself to get it done in a month, so I think I'm aiming for June 24th. I think that's the date, if I remember correctly. That's the release date that I'm aiming for, but that's going to be the next song coming. Big high five to the live. Well, thank you. Crapshoot Creations, I appreciate you tuning in. I think I'm going to play maybe one more song, and again, if Jovi wants to pick one, I can. If you'd like to pick one, you can find my songs in the description on YouTube, and even if you're not super familiar with my catalog, you can just pick a title that sounds intriguing to you, and I'll play it. Now, I have played a few songs. The song I just played was called Get Up Again. I did Move On earlier. I did Say That It's Over earlier. I did Brothers to the End, and I don't mind replaying songs, but just so you know what's already been done. I did Love's Not Fair earlier. I did do A Place to Call Home, and and I did an instrumental called Hard Goodbyes, but I think that's it. I think that's all I've played so far. Yeah, if there's anything that you'd like to hear, and if no one has a specific request, then maybe I will pick one last song and just play it for you guys, and we'll close out with that. But yeah, I got some new music coming out soon, and then next week I'm doing a new stream segment that's kind of a share my process segment. So this is great, for anyone who's interested in learning about music production, or really anything. If you're interested in learning about guitar, singing, recording, studio production, how songs are made, if you have any questions about songwriting or just anything music related, that's kind of what this segment is for. And I think next week we're going to be looking at the topic of vocals. So I'm going to share with you guys some of my vocal warm-ups that have helped me, give you guys some advice for anyone who's trying to learn vocals, what might help you, like where to look, where to start, what to work on, what to focus on, how to get better results, how to actually get better at singing. I'll share some channels, some singing coaches that have helped me, and give some recommendations for that stuff. I'll share some practicing habits that have been beneficial to me, and just answer any questions that you might have, particularly about that topic. And then I don't know if we're going to do this on the same stream, but Adam was asking about the drums for my backing tracks and how I make that stuff. And again, the backing tracks that I'm playing with, these are all songs I've written. I've produced all this myself. So I program the drums and the bass, and I record the guitars and any background vocals or anything like that. And that particular segment, I don't know if I'll do it next week, but that's the segment where I would kind of answer those questions and sort of share with you guys my process and how I get those, how I make those things, how I make those backing tracks. So maybe I'll have to do that sometime, of sort of a how to make your own backing track topic or something like that. But all right, so guys, I think I'm going to play one more song for you. I don't think we have a specific request here, but I'm actually going to play the song that I'm planning to release 1 month from now. This is a song called Waiting, and again, it's kind of an older song, but I want to go ahead and release it because I haven't recorded this song, haven't released it. So I will say, as an artist, you kind of, as you write more songs, you kind of find your sound. And I will say, this being an older song, there's definitely parts of me that are still in it. But sometimes I'm a little nervous about these older songs because I don't know if they're the best representation of the direction that I'm going with my music. But, it's a finished song. I'd still like to have a recording of it. I'd still like to release it. And I kind of see it as an opportunity for me to practice as a song producer, how to improve the quality of my mixes and my productions. So I'm kind of using it for practice, also using it for a deadline practice. Like, I'm trying to get faster at producing songs. So I thought this would be a good one to test that, test the speed on that. So we'll see. So I'm going to play one last song for you. This one, again, this is the one I'm currently working on. So what you're going to hear right now is just like a demo backing track that I have so I can perform the song. But I am re-recording the song and in the process of producing it, and it should be released in about a month from now. So, hey, we got Perpetual in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. Hubsy sent you. Well, I appreciate some. Oh, well, that's great. Thanks for sharing, Gary. Appreciate that, and glad to have you in the chat. I'm going to play a song in just a moment here. I hope you like it. This is actually a song that I'm planning to release in about a month from now. It's an older song. I've had it for a while, but I've never released it, so I'm currently in the process of recording it and producing it. And so I think we are putting a wrap on this stream, but I think we're going to close things out with this song. If there's a specific song that I have, I don't know if you're familiar with my catalog. I don't mind playing a specific song for you if there's one you had in mind, but I just picked this one. I thought, since this is a song that I'm going to be releasing in the next month, might be interesting to sort of share the before version, and then a month from now you'll hear the remixed, and like there's more to it than what you're just going to hear. This is still like a demo version of it. But anyway, hope you like it. This one's called Waiting.
This is where we are. Where else have we been? Circling this room, round and round again. Look into my eyes, there's a change. Who I tried to be is not who I became. Everyone is gone. They found the way out. I will find it till any second now. But when you find me, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. It seems so long ago since we first began. Now that it's today, maybe this will end. Seeing no results has got me feeling down, but I'll be up again any minute now. But when you find me, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. But when you find me, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Been so patient. Time is wasting, and I can't take it. Please give me something. I'll take anything. Just don't leave me. But when you find me, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. But when you find me, I'm still waiting.
There you go. Again, that one's called Waiting, and I am currently in the process of producing that song, so it should be released in about a month from now. But until then, if you want to listen to it again, you'll just have to keep waiting. Sorry. So, but it's on its way. So, I think we're going to be putting a wrap on this soon. I mean, if someone has a request, I'll play one more, but I might have to put a wrap on this. But I definitely appreciate all of you tuning in. Hey, we got Rebel back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Let's see here. Yep, some hellos happened in the chat. Been a great show. Well, thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the music. I can't remember if you made a request earlier or not. I don't know if there's a certain song of mine that you'd like to hear. I don't mind playing one more if you had one in mind, but if you've just enjoyed what you've heard so far, I might be putting a wrap on this. So have a great night. Yep, some hellos and some goodbyes. Thank you for the fire, everyone. Appreciate that. Great sound. Well, thank you. Adam was saying, this rocks. Well, thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. See you on the next. Sounds great. Thank you, Rebel. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you commenting and liking and all that stuff. Perpetual says, perfect start to my day in Australia. Wow, is it morning where you're at? My day's ending here in Virginia, over in the United States. But that's awesome. Well, I'm glad I could give you a little boost, a little bit of energy to get your day going. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's see here. Yep, some goodbyes and some hellos happening. Good day. Yep, good day indeed. I'm also in Oz. Let's see. Where are you, Adam? I'm in Brissy. Okay. Pennsylvania, Peninsula, SA. So it sounds like you might be out of the United States as well. Okay. I might not know exactly where that's at, but we can be patient. Thank you for sharing awesome stuff. Yeah, it's 10:35 a.m. Friday here. Gotcha. So, yep. So it's it's still Thursday here. So Thursday's ending here, and we're a few hours behind. It's actually been funny. My parents, they're celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they're on their way back. I don't know when they get, but they went to Europe. They did like some cruise stuff. They did some sightseeing. They've been sending us pictures, but they're 6 hours ahead of us. So it's kind of funny. So they'll be texting us, and then one of my siblings will text back and be like, "Just want to remind you, it might be 8 in the morning there, but it's 2 in the morning here. So maybe save the text for later." But it's kind of funny. The future looks bright. Well, thanks for that. That's good to hear. Thanks for giving us a little glimpse into the future. Australia, mate. Gotcha. Adam. Okay, Adam's in Australia as well. Awesome. Well, glad to have some people tuning in from down under. Happy anniversary to them. Well, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, they're great. Love my parents. So and they deserve it. If anyone deserves, like it's been an awesome trip. They've been sending us some great pictures. It's kind of funny because you hear of these iconic sites like the Leaning Tower of Pisa and. Actually, I don't know how that's pronounced because someone called it the Leaning Tower of Pizza, so I always want to say that, but I know that's not it. And the Colosseum. And, you see pictures and you're like, oh, that's cool. But when you see a picture of someone and that's in the background, it I don't know, it makes it more real. It's like, whoa, that's really cool. So it was really cool to see a picture of them, the pictures they've been sending, visiting all these places. And man, I don't know if you guys have ever been on a cruise. So I went on a cruise a few years ago, just a Carnival cruise. And I love cruises. It's like my favorite type of vacation. I haven't been on one in years, but I need to go on one again because they're the best. But Carnival cruises are fun. There's just so much to do on the ship. But my parents, they went on a cruise, and literally, if you took a picture, you would think they were in the middle of some kind of shopping center or like a little town. It's huge. I was like, I did not know they could put all of that on a boat. It literally looks like either a huge fancy mall or a small shopping center town kind of thing. It's ridiculous how big the boat. Pisa. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for correcting me there. But yeah, so they've had a good trip. They deserve it. It's been fun. But they should be on their way back. So praying for safe travels for them and looking forward to hearing about their adventures there. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. And just a few things I'll shout out, and then I do think we're going to put a wrap on all of this. So first off, if anyone would like to show some support to my music, I do have a link here for a virtual tip jar, and I do appreciate that. Anything, just helps me so I can keep improving this and keep doing this. And I am finishing up a few things, but I'm hoping to have some merch available soon. There's just a few last things, and to be honest, it's just been so busy, I haven't had a chance to, it shouldn't take long, but I just got to correct a few little things, and then I should be able to publish it, and merch should be available. So I'm definitely excited for having that so that you guys can sort of get something back for showing support. But in the meantime, I've just got the tip jar. And then if you would like to stay notified, if you want to know whenever, again, I've got a song coming out on Monday. It's an acoustic version of my song, A Place to Call Home. But if you want early access to that, you can sign up for my email list, and I can send you a link early so you can check it out before anyone else. And I can keep you notified whenever I have new releases, whenever I do these streams, whenever I have new videos, that kind of stuff. So if you want to sign up and stay notified about that, there's a link for my email list. And lastly, my biggest goal is just growing my audience, getting more exposure for my music. So definitely having some newcomers in the chat. I can't say how much I appreciate you tuning in, taking the time to hang out. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the music. Again, you can find my music on Spotify or Bandcamp, or you can just check out my YouTube channel, see the videos I've posted here, and just doing things like liking the videos, commenting, sharing the videos, inviting people to the streams, sharing my music. All that stuff is really helpful. Just helping more people to be aware of the music I'm making and just helping me to build my audience. That's my biggest goal. That's the most important thing that I'm trying to do right now. And so any way that you can help with that, I'd be very grateful for it. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I do think we are going to wrap it up. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.